3 minutes left. Archangel Michael says, a letter is coming. A letter that changes everything. Inside it is your name written in golden ink and a secret you were never meant to know. A truth about your inheritance that stayed hidden for years. But now it is finally time. Open this before it becomes too late. Beloved soul, I know this may sound unusual, but heaven has been waiting for you to read this exact moment. Do you feel the chills running down your arms? That is not coincidence. That is confirmation. Archangel Michael has been standing behind you, wings open, holding a letter so powerful that even angels trembled when they first saw it. This is not ordinary news. This is divine property. Your name has been spoken in heavenly courts. And now a mysterious envelope is arriving, not through a postman, but through prophecy. If you ignore this, you may miss the only key God left behind for you. You were chosen for this. Not because you are perfect, but because your soul carries something sacred. You feel it, do you not? The ache, the longing, the deep sense that something is coming, something big, something destined. That is not imagination. That is divine memory slowly awakening inside you. And today, Michael confirms it. You have a hidden inheritance, one that someone very powerful tried to bury. But heaven is uncovering it right now. And the shocking part, you will not believe who sent it. They cried your name last night from beyond the veil. Archangel Michael heard it. He could not ignore it. He went straight into God's chambers and pleaded, "Please, Father, let me deliver this message personally. If they miss it again, they might miss the very reason you created them." And God said, "Yes." So here you are, reading this at the perfect second. 3 minutes left until something irreversible is decided, but there is still time, just enough to say yes. Do not underestimate what this message holds. Archangel Michael is not warning you out of fear. He is warning you out of love. Because what is coming is not just a letter. It is an unlocking, a revelation, something that has been spiritually signed, sealed, and waiting for you in the divine realm, now finally ready to manifest into your physical world. But only if you are listening. And beloved, before we go any further, pause for 1 second. If your heart is still beating fast, if your eyes cannot look away, that is a sign. That means this is meant for you. Hold on to that feeling. It is guiding you closer to what has always been yours. So please hit subscribe because Michael is not done speaking. And the next message may carry the final instruction to claim what is rightfully yours. If you skip, you may not find this again. Now back to the letter. This is not an envelope you find in the mailbox. This is a spiritual decree from someone who left this world but never truly left you. They had to wait until heaven gave them permission to speak. And that permission came just hours ago. Michael is not only delivering it, he is protecting it because dark forces do not want this truth revealed. There are people, even relatives, who never wanted you to know what was hidden in that letter. But heaven overruled them. Your name was carved into a heavenly scroll. And the angels are now activating what was delayed for decades. They tried to give this to you once before, but you were too heartbroken, distracted, surrounded by the wrong people. That is why it never reached you. But Michael says, this is the last time it will be offered. If they open this, their entire path will change. You do not even realize how close you came to losing it all. But God intervened. And do you know who sent this letter? Someone who once held your hand as a child. Someone who called your name in their final breath. Someone you still dream about, even if you pretend not to. That person, yes, them, is the one who begged heaven for this message to reach you. Because there is something you never knew about your birthright. Something that would have changed the way you see your entire family. And now it is time you find out. Michael stands with a sealed scroll glowing with divine fire. Not everyone is allowed to see it, but for you, he is opening it slowly, carefully, and the first words written inside will make your hands tremble. It says, "To the one I loved the most, I left everything for you, but they tried to hide it. I am sorry you suffered so long." That one sentence was written by a soul you never stopped loving. They are not gone. They are watching. And tonight, they asked Archangel Michael to give you this truth. Not to scare you, not to overwhelm you, but because you needed to step into your divine assignment. You have been living under a curse of confusion, thinking you were forgotten. But that was the illusion. The truth is, you were the heir. You always were. And now the clock is ticking. Do you feel the urgency? The way your soul is shaking? That is because you are standing at a divine doorway and Michael is holding the handle. But he cannot open it unless you do. You must say yes. You must not skip this because what is behind that door is not just a miracle. Understand this, when heaven is about to release something powerful into your life, it does not leave you without direction. It places a path before you, step by step, so you do not fall back into confusion, delay, or fear. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, if you are ready to release this burden, then begin today. The link is in the description, and in the comments below. Because what is waiting behind that door is already beginning to unfold in your life in ways you cannot yet see. It is everything that was taken from you. The peace, the protection, the provision, the love, the answers, and yes, the inheritance. Not just money, not just land, but spiritual inheritance. The gifts you were meant to walk in. The identity that was hidden. The truth about who you are and who you have always been. Your ancestors knew this. But somewhere along the bloodline, it was taken, rewritten, hidden, and now heaven is correcting the record. And this time, nothing will stand in its way. But there is a cost. You cannot go back to pretending. Once you read this message, you will see the world differently. People around you will sense the shift. Some will resist it. Some will envy it, but a few, a very few, will finally tell you the truth they were too afraid to admit. Because this letter exposes everything. And what is written at the bottom of the scroll? Protect this one. For what I left behind belongs to them and only them. No one else. Michael is standing with tears in his eyes. Yes, angels cry when they see a soul who has suffered unfairly, who has been lied to, tricked, pushed aside, but still kept going, still prayed, still believed. That is why you are being rewarded. Not because of perfection, but because of perseverance. God sees that. He always has. So listen carefully. Within the next 3 hours, you will either align with this miracle or unknowingly walk away from it forever. Not by choice, but by distraction. Michael says, your phone may ring. You might get invited out. You may feel tired, irritated, restless. That is the enemy trying to interrupt the delivery. But if you resist, if you stay just a little longer, you will receive everything heaven promised you. And what is inside this inheritance? Oh beloved, it is more than money. It is land, it is keys, it is names, it is justice, it is restoration, it is closure, it is answers, it is letters, old ones never sent, it is memories you never got to hear, it is gifts you never got to open. And heaven is tired of watching you suffer without them. Michael says, enough is enough. My sword is drawn. The lies are ending. It is time. You are not crazy for feeling like something big is approaching. That is spiritual discernment. You were born for this. You were born to carry something heavy and to finally be rewarded for it. Then listen closely, because this is the part where most people turn away. But you, beloved child, you were not created to turn your back on heaven. You were created to carry heaven's message on earth. And right now, that message is being placed into your hands like a flame. Precious, fragile, eternal. Do not let it fade by skipping this, because what comes next will move you to tears, but it will also set you free. The letter was delivered through fire, through prayer, through angelic resistance. It was meant to be blocked. There were forces working relentlessly to stop this moment from happening. But Archangel Michael fought for you. And he truly fought. There were celestial attacks on your name. Someone in your bloodline tried to erase you from the book of inheritance. But Michael stepped forward in the courts of heaven and said, you will not erase the one God has chosen. I will deliver the scroll myself. So now he stands before you, his robes shining with golden light, holding that very scroll. And it carries more than paper. It holds decades of truth, generations of secrets, and one divine name, yours. You have always felt like something was missing, have you not? Like there was a room in your life that no one ever opened. Like there were conversations you were never allowed to hear. That feeling was not wrong. It was divine insight. God was placing truth inside you before anyone on earth could admit it. Because that truth was dangerous for them, but life-changing for you. Now listen. The one who sent this letter from heaven is closer than you think. They have been trying to reach you through dreams, through songs, even through strangers. That moment someone spoke your name with unusual warmth. That time you found a feather where no birds should be. That sudden chill when you walked past a certain place. It was all them, leaving signs, guiding you gently from beyond. But today they finally broke through. And when they were given one chance to send you a letter from heaven, they did not write many pages. No, they wrote one short, powerful line that Michael now reads to you. You are the only one I trusted. Please do not let them bury what I left for you. This is not just an inheritance, it is a trust. And heaven is watching to see what you will do with it. Will you rise into your role? Or will you believe the lies spoken over you, that you are not ready, not worthy, not chosen? Beloved, those lies are breaking apart right now because God says, you are the only one I trusted. And when God trusts you, nothing can stand against you. There is money, yes, great money connected to this inheritance. But there is also land, real estate, documents. Something was signed when you were not present. And Michael is showing you that signature now. It feels familiar. It belongs to someone you loved, someone you lost, someone you would have given everything for. They did not forget you. They protected you. They moved things behind the veil to make sure that you, and not someone else, would receive the final blessing. And now someone on earth is becoming uneasy. They can feel the shift because spiritually the scroll has already been opened. They know that if you discover what is written inside, their secret will be exposed. That is why strange things have been happening to you lately. Unexplained stress, unusual dreams, sudden arguments. That is not random. That is spiritual warfare. Michael says, they have delayed you long enough. The letter was sealed with wax from heaven's altar. No one can open it but you. And the moment you fully accept this truth, the moment your soul aligns with this message, things will begin to move faster than your mind can understand. Sudden financial shifts. Unexpected calls. Property matters reopening. Old wills being reviewed. Family members behaving differently. Documents appearing. And someone, the very one who tried to erase you, will suddenly reach out, acting kind. But this time, you will recognize the truth. Because you have seen what is written. You know what was promised. You are no longer the forgotten one. You are the named heir. This message will not stay open forever. And Michael is urging you now. Please do not leave this unfinished. If they walk away again, the divine door will close and the inheritance will remain suspended. He does not say this to frighten you. He says it because he loves you. Because he stood beside the soul who sent you this message. And he saw how deeply they wept when they realized you had no idea what was left for you. But now you know. Now you are aware. And heaven is watching. You might be thinking, what if I am wrong? What if this is not for me? Beloved, the fact that you are reading this is your answer. Heaven does not make mistakes. Every moment of your life has led you here. This is divine alignment. This is your confirmation. The angels are repositioning things around your destiny. That is how serious this moment is. You have stepped into a sacred time. The number 3 has been following you for a reason. A divine pattern. A holy sign. And now the 3-minute warning stands before you once again, asking for your attention. There is someone standing at the gates of heaven with your name on their lips. They still speak blessings over you. They still cry for you. They still ask God to forgive those who wronged you. And they still plead with Michael to make sure this message reaches you. Now it has. And now the choice is yours. Will you stay distracted and scroll past? Or will you lean in and open your heart completely? Michael has one more thing to read from the scroll. A name. Not yours, but the name of the one who tried to take what belonged to you. And when he speaks it, something inside you will awaken. A memory. A moment. A quiet suspicion. And suddenly it will all make sense. You were right. They were hiding something. But they cannot hide it anymore because heaven is revealing everything. Michael's sword is cutting through the final seal. The inheritance is yours. The power is yours. The truth is finally yours. So take a deep breath, beloved, because what is about to be revealed may shake you, but it will also restore you. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself receive it. This is no longer just about the inheritance. It is about the divine truth behind why your life unfolded the way it did. The betrayals. The loneliness. The sudden setbacks. The strange delays. You thought it was misfortune, but heaven says no. It was spiritual sabotage. Archangel Michael's voice is steady now, but his eyes remain fierce. He has seen the timelines. He has reviewed the records. He stood in the room when your name was removed from the first will. He witnessed how someone you trusted, signed over what was meant to be yours. They smiled in your presence, but behind closed doors, they whispered lies to shape the future. And Michael, he never forgot. That is why he fought for you this week. That is why this message has reached you now. Because this is the final window. The divine reversal has already begun. But if you miss this hour, it may delay another 7 years. And you do not have 7 years to wait. You were born to break this generational curse now. You see, this is not just about money. It is spiritual authority. When you claim your inheritance, you do not only receive wealth, you receive clarity. You regain the relationships that fell apart. You receive healing in your body. You receive angelic protection that surrounds your home like light. You receive guidance so clear you will know exactly who is lying and who is sent by God. But only if you say yes. The inheritance includes a property. A real one, written on paper. Somewhere with a key hidden in a box no one has touched for years. Michael reveals the image now. It is dusty, locked, hidden inside a drawer that someone believed you would never open. But now that drawer is glowing. The angels are surrounding it because the time has come. And inside that box, a photograph, a deed, a memory, and a final letter. It says, "To my beloved, I saw what they did to you. I tried to stop it. This is all I had left to give. Do not let them take it again. This is your reward. Not just for surviving, but for loving, even when no one protected you." Michael's voice trembles as he reads those words. And if you have made it this far, it is because your heart was prepared for this moment. Others would have turned away by now. But not you. You stayed. You listened. You were chosen for this. And now something sacred is being transferred into your spirit. You may feel warmth, chills, or a heaviness in your chest. You may suddenly remember old dreams or a place you have not visited in years. That is not random. That is heaven activating your divine direction. It is realigning your life so you can find the exact place, the exact promise you were always meant to receive. And yes, someone will try to stop it. They always do. But this time, Michael will stand in their way. God has placed a divine block on anyone who tries to interfere. They will not succeed. Not this time. Because you have finally aligned with heaven's timing, and everything that was taken is returning to you multiplied. You may begin receiving calls, messages, documents, even dreams that feel like instructions. Michael says, "Follow the signs. Your steps will be guided. Your spirit will recognize the path. You will feel a strong pull to make a decision, and it will be right because your soul is now aligned with divine timing. Heaven is proud of you." Michael says, even when you cried alone, even when you felt unseen, even when you asked, "God, do you even notice me?" I was there. I recorded every tear. And now I am turning them into restoration, into compensation, into reward. Let that settle within you. This inheritance is not only earthly. It is eternal. It is the moment your identity changes. You are no longer forgotten. You are no longer the outsider. You are no longer the one they overlooked. You are the chosen one. The one who holds the scroll. The one whose name was protected in heaven, even when it was erased on earth. There is a line written in the book of life. Michael reads it now, and the angels lean closer to hear. And on this day the seal shall break and the air shall rise and everything hidden shall come into light. This day was foretold, beloved, even before you were born. The one who sent this letter from heaven saw this moment in a vision. And they wept with joy, knowing that one day, even if it took years, you would finally see it, feel it, and believe it. You are not here by accident. You are not imagining this. This is real. It is spiritual. It is timed. It is yours. And if you still feel uncertain, return to the last thing they left behind. A piece of jewelry, a photograph, a note, a scent. You will understand when you see it. That item carries energy. It was the final clue. They knew this day would come. They prayed for it. And now it has arrived. So stay with me, beloved, because Archangel Michael has not finished revealing the divine scroll. And the final part, the part you are about to hear, will shift something deep within your spirit. It is the part that reveals the hidden enemy, the buried truth, the divine reward, and the confirmation you have quietly been asking for. Right now, time itself is bending. Michael says the 3 minutes countdown has already begun in heaven. But here is what most do not understand. When God counts down, He is not rushing you. He is aligning you. Because divine moments do not wait for hesitation. They arrive exactly when your soul is ready, and not a moment before. You were not ready before. But now you are. Now your spirit is open. Now your heart is softened. Now the angels have permission to deliver what they have been holding back for years. So listen carefully. The one who betrayed you, the one who smiled in your presence and blocked your blessings behind your back, is about to be revealed. Their name is written on the final line of the scroll. But Michael is not revealing it for revenge. He is revealing it so you can finally break free. Because without knowing who delayed your inheritance, you would continue to doubt yourself. But now, with truth revealed, you will never question your worth again. Michael speaks the name. You feel it deep within you. You had sensed it before, but your love for them softened your judgment. You kept giving chances. You kept showing kindness. You kept hoping they would change. But they did not. And it was never your role to fix them. It was your purpose to outgrow them. And now you have. You are no longer bound to what they said. You are bound to what God has declared about you. And God does not lie. He established your worth long before anyone tried to redefine it. And heaven says, your reward is not delayed. It is being released. In the coming days, you may begin to notice unusual patterns. People from your past may suddenly return. A lawyer's name you have never heard may begin to appear. Someone close to you may grow uneasy when topics of inheritance, property, or wills are mentioned. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Michael says you will receive 3 signs within the next 72 hours. Write them down. Do not ignore them. They are keys. The spiritual locks are being removed from your destiny. And what you are stepping into will look nothing like what you have been through. You will walk differently. You will think differently. You will speak differently. Because now you are no longer in darkness. You know who you are. You know what you carry. And you know who in heaven fought for you to remember it. The letter, the divine inheritance, is not symbolic. It is real. Something physical is coming. Something that carries value, weight, and transformation. It may arrive in the form of money. A house, an item, a voice message, a bank transfer, or even a person showing up with unexpected news. But it is coming, and heaven will make sure it reaches you. But only if you remain aligned. Only if you do not step away from this moment. Only if you protect your spirit from the distractions that are about to appear. Because the moment you say yes in your heart, fully, boldly, without hesitation, everything will begin to move. And the final line of the scroll, Michael closes his eyes and reads it slowly, almost like a prayer. To the one I loved most, if they are reading this, it means heaven has won. Give them everything I was never able to say. Give them everything I left behind. I trust only them. And with that, the scroll begins to glow. The seal breaks, and your name is permanently written in the book of divine inheritance. This is not just a message. This is a spiritual unlocking. The waiting is over. Archangel Michael has spoken, and the letter now belongs to you. So keep your heart open, because what Archangel Michael is about to say will complete everything. This is the final layer, the last whisper from heaven, the moment where you decide if you will step into your divine inheritance or return to a life that was never meant for you. Michael stands still now, the scroll fully opened in his hands, shining brighter than before. The light is not only from heaven. It is from you, because you have aligned. And now you are activating. The inheritance you are about to receive is not just based on blood. It is the result of obedience, of endurance, of pain that never made sense. Michael reveals that the things taken from you, the relationships, the opportunities, the peace, were not accidents. They were interruptions. Someone spiritually blocked you. Someone whispered against you. Someone worked in the dark, hoping your name would be forgotten. But heaven never forgot. And now every attempt to erase you is being reversed. Every moment of confusion is turning into clarity. Every rejection that broke you is becoming a divine yes. Because God saves His greatest rewards for those who endure in silence. You did not chase attention. You did not beg to be seen. You waited. You grew. And now you are being crowned quietly. The letter carries a divine map. Not one with streets, but one with spiritual direction. Michael says you will feel it like instinct. You will know what to do, where to go, who to speak to, what door to approach, what paper to sign. Trust it. It may not feel logical, but it will feel right. That is angelic confirmation guiding you forward. And beloved, prepare yourself, because people around you will begin to act differently. Some will distance themselves. Some will try to pull you back into old patterns. Some will suddenly ask questions about your family, your finances, your future. Michael says, do not reveal everything. Some are not curious, they are observing. Some are not celebrating you, they are testing you. Protect what heaven has given you. Hold it with wisdom and care. This inheritance is not only about wealth. It is about wisdom. God is placing power into your hands because you have shown that you will not misuse it. You are not greedy. You are not selfish. That is why you are trusted. That is why you are the one reading this, and not someone else. Because only a few are given this level of spiritual access. And you, beloved, were chosen. Michael speaks one final message before the scroll begins to close. Tell them this. If they truly knew who they were, they would never beg for love again. They would never doubt their path again. They would never dim their light again because they carry something that even darkness fears. And now your angels are taking position. Your inheritance is in motion. Your future is shifting. And your soul is awakening. This letter, this message, is your release. Not only from lack, but from pain. Not only from doubt, but from confusion about your destiny. And not only from generational patterns, but into generational blessing. Your children's children will be blessed because you said yes today. Michael folds the scroll now, but the energy remains. Why? Because the scroll may close, but the opening it created in your life has just begun. Expect visits. Expect dreams. Expect downloads in your spirit at 3:33 a.m., expect provision to come from unexpected places. Expect the unexpected, but do not fear it. Heaven is caring for you now. And the one who sent this message from beyond, they are smiling. Not because they are gone, but because they finally reached you. And now their soul is at peace. Because their final mission is complete. All because you opened this. All because you stayed. All because you listened. Now it is your turn. Live like the air you are. Speak like the air you are. Walk like the air you are. And remember, Archangel Michael is still standing behind you. Sword ready, wings stretched wide, watching, protecting, delivering. And when they ask how everything changed, you will smile and say, it all started with a letter. And now, beloved, there is one final word heaven has asked Archangel Michael to give you. A truth that has been hidden since before you were born. Michael speaks slowly now, not because he hesitates, but because he knows this is the moment where everything comes together for you. He leans close and says, you were never meant to struggle this long. Let that settle within you. You were never meant to face so much chaos alone. You were never meant to carry silent battles while pretending everything was fine. What happened to you was not heaven's plan. It was interference. Spiritual warfare. People who saw your light too early and tried to dim it. Generational jealousy disguised as concern. And for a long time, you believed their words more than God's truth. But not anymore. Because now the light has returned to your eyes. And Michael sees it. He sees your soul remembering. He sees the divine codes within you activating. And heaven is rejoicing. Because after all the pain, after all the setbacks, after all the silence, you finally know who you are. You are not broken. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are inheriting. And now that you know, you cannot unknow it. You cannot go back. You cannot live as if this message never reached you because it did not come only to inform you. It came to anoint you. You are now the holder of a divine inheritance that includes a shift in your finances, unexpected favor in legal matters, protection over everything connected to your name, restored dreams, sudden forgiveness, a call from someone who has been silent for years, and divine awareness, the ability to sense when someone is not being truthful. Michael calls it spiritual awareness, a gift that activates when you have been misled for too long. And now that it is active, your circle may become smaller, but your peace will grow stronger. And this matters. The inheritance you now carry is not only for you. It is for those watching you. The ones who quietly admire your strength. The ones who have not yet found the courage to believe in miracles. They are watching to see if this is real. And your breakthrough will become their proof. Heaven did not give this to you only for yourself. You are the vessel. When you walk in your blessing, others will begin to understand that they too were never abandoned. You are the sign. You are the symbol. You are the reminder that God remembers. And Michael wants you to say this out loud tonight, even if it is only a whisper. I accept my inheritance. I forgive those who tried to block it. I am ready for the life heaven wrote for me. Speak it. Feel it. Breathe it in. Because the moment you do, you will notice something shifting in the air. A stillness. A calm. An energy wrapping gently around your space. That is not imagination. That is angels sealing what was just given, protecting what was just activated, covering what has awakened within you. And now Michael steps back, his message delivered, his promise fulfilled. But he leaves you with one final instruction. Do not forget who you were before the world made you question it. Return to that version of you. That is where your power lives. That is where your miracle begins. And beloved, the rest of your story will be glorious. Because the letter that was hidden is now yours. The secret that was buried is now revealed. The inheritance that was delayed is now released. And the angels who were waiting are now rejoicing because you made the right choice. You opened this, and heaven opened everything for you in return. And so, beloved, as heaven's winds begin to settle and the final echoes of this sacred message move through your soul, Archangel Michael offers one last silent bow, not out of duty, but out of love. Because you did not just listen, you received. You did not just open your eyes, you opened your spirit. And that changes everything. You cannot imagine the ripple this moment has created in the spiritual realm. A chain has been broken. A curse has been lifted. A forgotten promise has been restored. And your name is now surrounded with light. Michael looks at you now, not as a stranger, but as a divine companion. The one who has watched your journey unfold quietly, holding back tears every time you questioned your worth. And now he smiles, because you finally see what he has always seen. You were always worthy. You were always chosen. You were always the rightful heir. So much of your pain came from not knowing that. But now you know. And nothing, no one can take that truth from you again. The spiritual inheritance has been claimed. The letter has been opened. And the soul who sent it, they are rejoicing in heaven. You may feel them tonight in a breeze, in a whisper, in a flicker of light. That is not coincidence. That is confirmation. That is their way of saying, you heard me. Thank you. And Archangel Michael, he is not leaving. In the coming nights, he will continue to watch over you. He will place signs along your path. Feathers, numbers, unexpected encounters, old songs. These are not small things. They are sacred reminders that your inheritance has been activated, your timeline is shifting, and your future has been rewritten by the hand of God. From this day forward, notice how people respond to you differently. Notice how the atmosphere changes when you enter a room. Notice how you begin to say no to things you once tolerated. Because when heaven crowns a soul, the world can feel it. And you, beloved, have just been crowned. So here is what comes next. Expect sudden justice in matters that felt stuck. Expect provision from places you forgot about. Expect a call that begins with words you never expected to hear. And expect your energy to rise, even if nothing around you changes at first, because your soul knows the shift is real. And when doubt tries to return, just whisper softly. Michael already delivered it. I have nothing to fear. Because from this moment forward, you walk under divine covering. Your home is protected. Your future is secured. Your blessings are moving toward you now. And the one who once worked against you, they will have no choice but to witness your rise. Not as revenge, but as revelation. Because your life is the message now. You are the proof that God makes no mistakes. You are the evidence that heaven always delivers, even if it takes time. You are the living letter. And the scroll, it is no longer in Michael's hands. It is in yours, signed, sealed, delivered. And now, beloved, as heaven's final light wraps gently around your spirit, Archangel Michael whispers the words that were once hidden from being spoken aloud. Words that carry the weight of every miracle you were denied, every truth you were kept from, every blessing that was delayed. He says, "You are not just the heir. You are the keeper of what was lost." Let that echo within you. You are the keeper of sacred things, of ancestral prayers, of divine blueprints written before time began, of a future that someone else tried to rewrite in your place but could not. Because your soul refused to give up. Because your heart still whispered yes in the dark. Because even when your knees trembled, you remained standing. Even when you felt unseen, you still believed. And heaven noticed. You see, this was never just a message. It was a transaction, a divine agreement, a spiritual unlocking. And as you reach the end of this scroll, something ancient opened within you. You will feel it in the silence, in your dreams, in the way people look at you differently. In the clarity that begins to fill your mind. One morning soon, you will wake up and realize you are not the same. Because heaven does not touch a soul and leave it unchanged. And heaven has touched you. Archangel Michael turns now, slowly. His wings stretch wide like golden fire, shielding your future from everything that once tried to hold it back. And in his final gaze toward you, he speaks words that break through the veil. This was not a warning. This was an invitation. And you accepted. And that is what sets you apart. Others saw the signs and looked away. Others felt the pull and still doubted. But you listened. You leaned in. You trusted. You said yes. And now heaven is rewarding you in ways your mind has not yet fully understood. What is coming cannot be explained easily. You will receive messages with words like approved. You will find documents with your name that were once missing. You will hear apologies from unexpected places. You will feel the atmosphere in your home shifting. Heavier with peace, lighter with confusion. Because everything around you is responding to your alignment. And beloved, never again will you walk in fear. Never again will you chase people to understand you. Never again will you lower your energy to fit into places you have already outgrown. You are rising. You are activating. You are now the living fulfillment of a heavenly promise. So tonight, when the world becomes quiet, do this. Light a candle, close your eyes, place your hand over your heart, and whisper to God, "Thank you for trusting me with what others rejected. I am ready. I receive this. And I will never skip my miracle again." Then listen. Because you may hear Michael's voice again. Not in thunder, but in stillness. And it will feel like this. You have finally arrived. And we have been waiting for you. Now the scroll is closed. The message is sealed. The angels are singing. And your new life has already begun. And now, beloved, as the stars above begin to shine with new meaning and the space between earth and heaven glows softly with golden light, Archangel Michael speaks one last time, not with urgency, not with warning, but with a deep and steady calm. His voice carries completion. It carries destiny fulfilled. It carries your name, written, spoken, and protected in the language of angels. Because you did not just hear this message, you became it. You are the living scroll now. The walking miracle. The answered prayer that was whispered by someone long gone, but never forgotten. They always knew you would reach this day. That is why they trusted the angels. That is why they trusted Michael. That is why they trusted you. Because they saw something in your spirit that others never took the time to see. And heaven never overlooked it. You may still feel unworthy at times. You may still feel too broken, too uncertain, too far behind. But hear this clearly now. There is nothing wrong with you. You were simply waiting for your right time. And this is your time. The final inheritance is not a thing. It is a truth. A remembering. A divine awakening that tells you that you are loved. You are safe. You are home. That ache you have carried for so long begins to fade. That shame you buried starts to release. That weight you were never meant to carry is lifting even now. Because you opened this message. And that single act shifted everything. Heaven is already moving things for you behind the scenes. People are waking up thinking about you, feeling a pull to reach out. Documents are being placed exactly where they need to be. Keys are moving closer to your hands. You will begin to feel protected in spaces that once drained you. You will feel drawn toward what truly aligns with you. Because your inheritance was never only about receiving. It was about becoming. Becoming the person your ancestors prayed for. Becoming the version of yourself who no longer shrinks. Becoming the reason future generations will not suffer the way you did. Michael's final gift is not gold. It is not property. It is sight. The ability to see clearly. To see who is real. To see what is right for you. To see what comes next. To see yourself as heaven has always seen you. And as you step away from this message, you are not walking alone. You are walking with light written into your path. You are walking with angels who will not let you fall again. You are walking with the full strength of heaven behind you and nothing ahead but purpose. Tonight, you will rest differently. Not in fear, but in peace. You may dream of water, of light, of wind. And these will be signs that the storm has passed. The letter has arrived. The seal has been broken. And your life will never return to what it was. You are not just receiving an inheritance, beloved. You are becoming the living proof that heaven keeps its promises. Now it is done. Archangel Michael has spoken. Heaven has delivered. And you, child of destiny, have finally answered. And even after this moment, beloved, the echo of what you received will not fade. It will follow you into your days, into your choices, into the quiet moments when you finally realize that something inside you has changed for good. You will begin to trust yourself again. You will begin to move without second-guessing every step. And slowly, gently, your life will start reflecting the truth that was spoken over you here. Doors will open without force. Conversations will shift without effort. And you will recognize, deep within, that this was never luck. This was alignment. This was always meant to find you, exactly like this. So hold on to this knowing. Guard it, protect it, and return to it whenever doubt tries to rise again. Because this was not just a moment, it was a turning point written long before you understood it. And now that you have stepped into it, everything ahead of you carries a different weight, a different light, a different purpose. You are no longer searching. You are walking in what was already prepared for you. And heaven is not watching from a distance anymore. It is walking with you, guiding you, confirming you, every single step of the way.